All right, 87 SSP 5.0 from Arizona. So here's my clutch cables. What happened is I installed a used clutch against my better advice, and it was really, really stiff. I don't know if it's junk from overseas or what, but this is an aftermarket cable, and it started shredding it because of how stiff it was. And in fact, it put so much pressure on it at the clutch fork end, it started splitting it too. I've been working on these cars for 1990. So there's an original cable I had laying around. And here is a Ford Racing clutch cable that comes with the fork. You can Google Ford Foxbody clutch fork and cable. And this comes with a brand new clutch fork, need it or not, that's the only way it comes, and a cable. Now I'm telling you, this is the OEM cable. Everybody says you can't get one. Yeah, you can. So, is it made somewhere else originally? Yeah, I'm sure it is. I thought I saw somewhere on here it made in Taiwan or, you know, one of those places. Of course, now I can't find it. But, regardless, this is the OEM cable, and of course you gotta pull off the end and file those notches down if you're going to use it in your adjuster. So I'm about ready to install that cable into that car, and this is going to be a real short video. I'll come back after it's installed and report back. All right, under the car, still wrapping things up, but I got the new cable on. So yeah, that's where it's made. Anyway, don't know where it was originally made, but I doubt it was made in the USA. Picked up an OEM clip, put that on, and then here is the only correct cable routing that there is. Let me zoom out a little bit here. It's got to go to the right of the motor mount. On top of the steering rack to the right of the motor mount. That's the only way that it's going to go. Any other way is going to cause you grief and a stiff clutch pedal. So if you've got a stiff clutch pedal, you've misrouted it. Let me show you what a lot of people do. So it's coming out of the firewall, and a lot of people, instead of routing it down, I still have to secure this and get this off the header, but instead of routing it down, they route it inside the engine bay, and then like on top of the K member there, under to the fork, and that's why it's so stiff. You got to go down to the left of the motor mount. All right, so let me go ahead and start this thing up and see how it works. So after I get the keys, we'll start it up. All right, so here it is. So I've got it adjusted. Let's see how it is. Before my pedal effort was so stiff. Oh, wow. That's incredible. Oh, I've got an old mosh pit injury that's coming back to life. So my left knee does not like stiff clutches, and being that I rebuild manual transmissions, I am not going to give it up. So let me go over some clutch adjustments here. Okay, if you take your foot and you lightly bounce it like that, the natural point where it stops is your clutch disengagement, where that begins, okay? So, my apologies. So anyway, this is the free play in the pedal. If you step on it and it's stiff completely, then you have your cable adjusted too tight and it's constantly disengaging, which is going to burn your clutch out. So make sure you got a little bit of play. Now, you can see at that point, you can feel it releasing. Okay, so the proper adjustment, have some free play. On contrast, if you're at a signal and you're taking off from a stop and it's grabbing immediately off the floor and you're starting to go, then your clutch adjustment is way too loose and your clutch is not releasing all the way and your transmission spinning and you're going to jack up your synchros. You're going to wear out the dog teeth on your gears, okay? So if you're grabbing right there, then that's bad news. You need to tighten your clutch adjustment. You need to take slack out of the cable. On the firewall adjuster, you're going to turn it counterclockwise. So the idea is you want the clutch to start grabbing anywhere from there to here, which is anywhere from a third to a little less than halfway up. Okay? So you want free play on the top, and then on the bottom end, you want to have to lift up a little bit before the car starts moving. So long as you have those two requirements, you can adjust that clutch to grab anywhere you want between higher or lower. Just free play up top and a little bit of free movement before the clutch grabs on the bottom. And that's all you got to do, and your clutch adjustment will be perfect and you will shift like butter. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. Next, I'm dropping the tank to replace that faulty fuel sender.